Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we collect headlines from our city, state, and country, and we collect your comments, ideas, and suggestions about how to best enjoy ourselves here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. It is a pleasure to get together with you today, Thursday, May 18. And of course, it's a pleasure to see you every single morning, particularly those of you that are watching live for the first time. If you want to let us know and you'd like a little friendly welcome, all you have to do is write the word new in your comment, and we'll be happy to give you a nice little welcome to our community. And of course, if there's something really important in your mind that you would like to share with everyone, a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment is much appreciated. This one did not have a capital letter Q, but Gary caught on to my comment yesterday of PETA, my new Paco inflatable digital assistant. I am training PETA to make his debut. I'm still not sure exactly how we're going to use PETA in our operations, but I had a lot of fun hanging out with my new inflatable digital assistant yesterday. But I'm not going to tell you more because I don't want to ruin my own surprises. Today, we have news about this, that, and the other. We have improvements in a local colonia to share. We have sad news about the drought and how it is affecting our forests. We have an interesting initiative that has been added to the state Congress on assisted dying. And we have some interesting facts that we learned from other headlines that I saw during the day yesterday related to the International Day of Homophobia, International Day Against Homophobia. I stand corrected. And we have a great new reason why you may want to consider visiting the city of Guadalajara or surrounding areas. So we might as well get started with the news. And we start today with this announcement from Puerto Vallarta's administration. They continue to make improvements in local neighborhoods, and it is now Colonia Rancho Alegre that is receiving some well-deserved tender loving care, or TLC, with cleaning and maintenance of public spaces that include a park, public lighting, and street pavement. And I wanted to show you where this is, only because this is located Rancho Alegre is located in a section of Pitillal. You can easily get to it by way of Prisciliano Sanchez from the Maritime Terminal. And the reason I wanted to show it to you is because located within this colonia is a place called Quinta Paloma. And Quinta Paloma is an outdoor traditional Mexican restaurant that has been promoting itself quite heavily on Facebook recently. And what has caught my attention is the fact that they feature a lot of traditional Mexican performers. Not even a week ago, they had a special event in which you could enjoy 3 live mariachi bands for not a lot of money. And as I was getting ready to announce it here in Coffee and Headlines, I learned through a Facebook post that the event had been sold out. So if you've ever been to Quinta Paloma, I have never been there, but I would be curious to learn if anybody out there has actually visited this restaurant. Moving right along, it is indeed disheartening to read about the ongoing seasonal drought and its impact on Mexico. The state of Jalisco in particular has been heavily affected, with nearly 72,000 hectares already impacted by wildfires this year. This number surpasses last year's total by almost 8,000 hectares, and we haven't even reached the second half of the year. Governor Alfaro attributes this increase partly to the fact that Jalisco diligently reports all wildfires, whereas other states may not do so consistently. However, amidst this challenging situation, there are proactive measures that we can take. The referenced article, which will appear in your show notes, provides a valuable resource, a telephone number you can call to report any wildfires you should come across in your area. By promptly reporting these incidents, we contribute to early detection and a swift response, helping to mitigate the damage caused by wildfires. We can all make a difference in protecting and safeguarding our precious natural environment. And there was this about assisted death in Jalisco. Enrique Velázquez, a state deputy, has introduced a series of reforms to our state law, specifically Article 4 of the Constitution of the state of Jalisco, to guarantee the right to life and also the right to dignified death for senior citizens with terminal diseases. He stated that according to the World Health Organization, 40 million people in the world need palliative care, but only 14% of that number have access to such care. Apparently, this initiative has been in the works since 2015, so I don't expect things to change overnight, but it is good to see that legislators in our state are thinking about this. Now, as approved by our city council and as announced a few weeks ago, the LGBTQ flag was raised in several public locations throughout the city yesterday as part of the commemoration of the International Day Against Homophobia. The flag will also be raised on May 25th, which is the day in which Gay Pride in Puerto Vallarta begins officially, and also on March 31st every year in commemoration of the International Transgender Day of Visibility. And of course, given yesterday's celebration, other interesting headlines caught my eye throughout the day. For example, I saw this one in which, according to the National Institute of Statistics and Geography, there are close to 5 million LGBTQ people living in Mexico that are 15 years of age or older, and the top 5 entities with the most LGBTQ population are the state of Mexico, Mexico City, Veracruz, Jalisco, and Nuevo León. Last but not least, I also learned, according to this other news note, that 12% of the government of Jalisco's workforce identifies itself as LGBTQ+, as revealed in a poll that took place between April and May of last year. Andrés Treviño, director of sexual diversity for the state government, indicated that the measurement helps identify areas of opportunity as well as challenges within the state's administration. Not bad. This is good to know. And now let's take a quick look at our weather, our snarky weatherman. Let's see what he is up to as I switch screens. Ooh, I'm sending bad weather to areas with high concentrations of paparazzi. I wonder if this happens to have something to do with what went on in New York City yesterday. And if you don't know what went on in New York City yesterday, just write New York City and I'll tell you what I know. But I can also tell you that it is 28 degrees right now. Humidity is at 70% and it is 82 degrees Fahrenheit out there. Our weather forecast for today says partly cloudy skies in the morning with overcast skies in the afternoon. with a high of 32 and a low of 20. Tomorrow, Friday, will be a humid with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, with a high of 31 and a low of 20. And Saturday will be humid with mostly cloudy skies again, with a high of 31 and a low of 21. A couple of people are writing New York City. So I'm going to tell you that what happened is that Harry and Meghan, the Duke of Sussex, and his wife, apparently were going from one event to another, which resulted in what was described as a wild paparazzi chase around the city that resulted in near accidents along the way. Of course, the people that defend the photographers say, well, they were just doing their work and nothing happened. And of course, Harry and Meghan, I forget their titles. It's not like we have tea together or anything. They were not happy with the situation. Again, the line drawn between how much we as human beings are entitled to know the details of public figures and the line that respects privacy is blurred. And that's what happened in New York City. Now, where are we? We still have a couple of, oh yes, this is really fun. Clearly, I'm not the only person out there keen on local English speakers visiting or discovering Guadalajara. The city's Chamber of Commerce has just unveiled Guadalajara Pass. And this is a card that provides special discounts and benefits to be enjoyed throughout the Guadalajara's metropolitan area, but also including nearby destinations such as Jocotepec, Chapala, and Tequila. So I went and took a quick look at the website that provides all the information, and it seems very detailed and very user-friendly, providing not only clear instructions on how to obtain the card, but also a directory of places in which you can enjoy the benefits. In addition, the Guadalajara Pass offers variations, so there's more than just one card. You can have a card for tourists visiting Guadalajara, but also there are cards for locals living in the state of Jalisco, and cards can be obtained for 2, 5, or 7 days. And of course, they also apply to public transportation in the city. So I thought this was a really fun opportunity to not only connect with Guadalajara, our capital, our state capital, with good discounts, but also a good way to learn some of the fun things that you can enjoy while visiting the capital city. And last but not least, just in case you were compelled to buy authentic volcanic ash from the dude that is selling it on Facebook Marketplace for thousands of pesos, do you know how bad the stuff is for you? It's no surprise that surrounding communities have canceled school in the past few days. Volcanic ash is responsible for a number of illnesses that affect our eyes, lungs, and digestive system. So don't go there. Don't go out there buying volcanic ash. Avoid it. Avoid it like you avoid anything that is harmful for you, or hopefully you do. Of course, I would be remiss if I didn't remind you of my lecture, my presentation this afternoon, Blame It on the Bossa Nova. I hope you're going to be there. And if you're not going to be there, I hope you wish you were there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm having to cut out a few songs from my choices just because it's too much information. But I love Bossa Nova. And as you know, or maybe you don't know because some of you may not have been there, for every presentation that I make, I create a special Spotify playlist of some of the music that was featured in the presentations, but also some of my personal favorites. So there you have it. This is what we have for today. Let me get myself in chit-chat mode just to see what everybody is thinking about today. Starting with your good mornings. What a pleasure to read those. Let's see what we have. Pudding boom boom. Oh, Claude reports a little bit more rain from last night in the nearby mountains. This is good to hear. Let's see. Ba-da-ba-ba-bum. Let's see. There's a cue. Scott says, looking forward to your talk. Blame it on the bossa nova tonight. Thank you very much, Scott. Blame it on the bossa nova is actually a song that was sung by, what's her face? I even forget. Okay, I'm having a pothead moment. But Blame It on the Bossa Nova is not going to be featured. The song is not going to be featured this afternoon. I use the song as a metaphor for how much how much Bossa Nova has influenced music throughout the world. Let's see what else we have. Sherry Cooper and David Cooper are coming back into town December 10th to March 6th. That is a long trip. How wonderful, Sherry. And I see a report. Thank you very much, Gary. Quinta Paloma is great. They have an event on May 26, 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. with several mariachi bands, 550 pesos, including dinner. There you go. I mean, imagine getting a full dinner and having the opportunity to listen to 5 different mariachi, with several mariachi bands. I'm going to look for the Facebook event for that because that is something that I would definitely enjoy. Let's see. Harold reports from the ETN from Nuevo Nayarit to Guadalajara yesterday, passing about half a dozen forest fires burning in the mountains. That is very sad. Hopefully the government and all the related authorities will be able to control this. Sherry asks, Paco, do you happen to know if those Guadalajara passes are free? I doubt that they are, but I am sure that you can find all the relevant information on the website that I'm going to share in the show notes in just a little while. And here's another comment from Scott, who happens to be exploring some of my favorite restaurants. Now he's reporting on El Campanario, which is right across the street on the corner from our Church of Guadalupe. And it is a wonderful place to eat indeed. Very affordable and very nice choice of traditional Mexican fare. Great tamales, by the way. For those people that feel a little concerned, although I wouldn't be, about buying tamales on the street, you can enjoy good tamales at El Campanario. Kathleen says, I'm looking for advice about furniture shopping in Guadalajara versus Puerto Vallarta. Does anyone know a good place I can find this? I've never done it. I've never done it, Kathleen, but I can tell you from personal experience that there's all kinds of things to keep in mind. In Guadalajara, you may find better prices and more variety, but you have to deal with transportation of your purchases. And you have to deal with the language barrier, which may be an issue for you or not. I know, or I've heard of people that provide tours or take you to Guadalajara and take you to the stores, but I'm not specifically familiar with those operations. If anybody else has useful information to share, it would be very much appreciated. And good luck, because there's all kinds of things that you can find in Guadalajara that you cannot find here. And you would not be the first person that would be furnishing a place over there. Let's see. Greetings from the office of Quinta Maria Cortez, having a quiet morning and able to watch your show. Sara, I don't think I know you, but if you work at Quinta Maria Cortez, you have a wonderful boss and you work at a beautiful place. Please let us know more about you. And please say hi to John, who owns the Quinta. And this is great that you're watching. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for that, Scott. Eddie Gourmet. I knew it. It was Eddie Gourmet, or Edie. I don't know how you pronounce it in English. In Spanish, we call her Eddie Gourmet, who sang Blame It on the Bossa Nova. Who knew? Let's see what else. There's another cue. Another cue for Edie Gourmet, or Eddie Gourmet. Blame It on the Bossa Nova. Thank you very much. And yes, I looked at the website. The Guadalajara Pass goes on sale very soon, in just a couple of days. There you go, Harold. The Guadalajara Pass goes on sale on May 29, I'm sorry. So if it goes on sale, clearly there is a price involved, but this is a good thing to know that they're putting some special discounts together. And even if you don't buy the Guadalajara Pass, the website seemed to be like a nice departure point to identify some of the things that you may not want to miss in our capital city. And this, my friends, brings us to the end of your comments. And of course, as always, I thank you for your company and for your support. I am looking forward to seeing friends this afternoon at our presentation. And of course, I should remember to mention that that our good friends Carlos and Chris from the Secret Wine Bar are offering ticket holders with a special treat, which I think is a cheese plate, if I'm not entirely sure of what it is, or a free glass of wine. I forget, but I'm so grateful that Chris and Carlos thought about us today. And and I will take some time for this, because Cheryl Novak at Solutions is a great local source for furniture shopping comparisons between Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara. So there you have it. This was our broadcast for today. I hope you have a great day. Stay fresh, stay cool, stay happy, stay safe, stay in touch, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon.